Like, I really felt some type of way about myself after that. And I was like, no ma'am. No ma'am, Gabby, you need to handle this. What's up, boo? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby, and on my channel I talk about the mental, emotional, and spiritual aspect of personal growth and development. And this video is the last part of a 4-part series about how I got arrested and eventually fell out of nursing school. So by the time I got through everything I got through, I did change my major to public health with the concentration in community health. That was the next best thing for me to do, and I was okay with that. But things just continued to spiral for me because it didn't just stop at me getting my case dismissed. It was just really torment for me. And that's just because by the time I did graduate with the Bachelor of Science in Public Health with the concentration in community health, there were so many other things going on in my mind, going on in my world. And that really started with me graduating. So when I graduated, it was the same time that I was supposed to have graduated from nursing school. So at the big graduation where everybody is at the school, I saw the nursing section over there. Everybody did, because when their department got called out, they turned the freak up. So it was kind of even hard for me to be happy at my graduation, because the whole time I was big mad and was like,
yo, I'm supposed to be over there too, turning up.
Foghorns, confetti, everything. They went all the way out. They went harder than the people who graduated with masters and doctorates. You hear me? So I was mad. And even from there, it was just things that I heard from family, people asking how it went. I wasn't really lying when I said it didn't work out, but even still, I knew in my heart why truly it didn't work out. I never told anybody the truth. So for years, I was just walking around with a secret. One of my family members, when I told them that I didn't get through nursing school, they were just like, figures, and just brushed it off, and that really made me feel some type of way. So I had to deal with certain things like that. I also got pregnant my senior year in college, so it was just so many thoughts going on in my mind about like, dang, like I really could have had such a better life, a better setup for my baby by the time I graduated, because she was born a few months before I graduated. So that was going on in my head. Just me also just being ashamed. I was so ashamed. I've had issues with pride just about all my life. I'm getting better. It's a work in progress. It's something that I'm definitely still focusing on to try to get rid of that, because that, by the Bible, pride is evil. And if you deal with pride and it's something that you have inside, it's just evil, and it will really tear you down. And my pride just tore me all the way down. And it was still on my mind too, even after the case was dismissed and everything, because it still popped on my record. Like the job that I got out of college, it popped up. They couldn't see what happened, but it did say case dismissed. In order to move forward in that job, I had to explain what happened. So I did. They were understanding, they were cool, and I got the job. But it was just something that was just constantly hanging over my head for just so many different reasons. So eventually I ended up getting my case expunged, which is why in one of my previous videos I said if you try to find my mugshot, you're probably not going to find it, because I did get that case expunged. I knew for years that I wanted to get my case expunged, and I thought it would do so much for me. And when I got it taken care of, I felt better. Like it helped, but it did not heal me, because that was only a physical part of what happened. I wasn't able to deal with what I was going through internally. So that part didn't even take effect. I had been dealing with that, dealing with this demon, all these things inside me for 4 years. Things didn't really start changing until I moved to Washington State from my hometown in North Carolina in 2018. I didn't have really everything I had when I was at home, so I kind of had to deal with myself. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, and my boyfriend was working. So it's like when I moved here, a rush of so many things just came up on me. Because when I was at home, you ever had like a dark cloud just hovering over you, or you have some weight on your back or on your chest and you just don't know what the freak it is? Like, if you feeling me, let me know down in the comments, because I was feeling like that for years and I did not know what it was. And it's like once I moved here and I had no family, no friends, no job, no money, no nothing. It's like everything just came pouring down on me. And that was something that I had to deal with because I'm like, Gabby, yo, you need to chill the freak out. Like, you're not perfect. Okay, nursing school didn't work out. Oh, well. So like from there, the healing process and everything just really started rolling. But what really started to unlock things for me is because, okay, so I've always known ever since I was a child that I wanted to do something where I could help people. At one point, I wanted to be a firefighter, an engineer, a scientist. I wanted to do something big where I knew I could help people and help change their lives. When I got older, that became being a judge, being a lawyer. I dabbled and dabbled in these fields with courses throughout school, and I found what didn't work. So I really didn't even want to be a nurse when I got to college. I went in to be a nutritionist. I found that very boring. So I wanted to be a dentist, but the college I went to did not have a dental program. So I actually wanted to move back home to my hometown to join their dental hygiene program. And my mom was like, no. You are already up there. You are already in school. You need to stay up there. And why would you come back home to go to community college? So I was like, okay. So I'm just looking, trying to figure out what I'm about to do next. I saw that we had a nursing program, one of the top nursing programs in the region at ECU. And I could get into that program, only take 2 years to graduate and be getting out with a job as a nurse making bank. And so many people always told me I would be such a great nurse because I just had that personality and everything like that. So I was like, okay, cool. I checked in. I got in, and when I got out, my world was so devastated. What really helped me realize this is when I got the job I have now. So now I work for the state and I help people, and I was so excited because having a degree in public health, this was just the top-notch job that I wanted to do, to be able to be a caseworker and help people in these ways. But when I started doing this job, that's when it really sunk into me like, Gabby, there are literally billions of ways that you can help people. And this is not it. And when I realized that the job I have now is not how I want to help people, I started thinking about if I had actually become a nurse, you know? And I'm like, I don't even want to be a nurse. I don't want to be administering medications and giving shots and dealing with grumpy people because they're in pain, or seeing somebody hurt, or somebody that might die. I don't want to be delivering no babies, smelling a colostomy bag that spilled over, putting in data and doing charts. I don't want to be on my feet all day. I don't want to work no 12-hour shifts. It really clicked like, Gabby, you don't even want to be a nurse. You just fell into that for the convenience. So I realized like, me failing out of nursing school, it wasn't even truly the fact that I wouldn't be a nurse. It was the fact that I failed. And I was just ashamed for anybody to know, for one, what I did that caused me to lose focus and fell out of nursing school, and two, that I fell out of nursing school, and three, that I decided to get on in a field that people didn't even know what the heck it was. So really, everything was really superficial, and it was just because of my pride. So I really had to deal with that, and I got through a lot. But even still, I'm like, still carrying around the secret. I haven't told anybody, which is part of the reason why I really decided to start this series, because I'm like, I just need to let this go and I need to let this off. I mentioned in the first part of this series that there were only 3 people who knew, and one of those people was my current boyfriend. This happened in 2014 and I did not tell him until last year, 2020. And the thing that actually triggered me telling him, I'll insert a picture if I can find one, but I got my passport last year in 2020, and the picture that I took, it made me feel so convicted because I felt like my picture looked like a mugshot. In some places where you go to take a passport, they allow you to smile a little bit, but where I went, they said no smile at all. So it's just like the look on my face just reminded me of my mugshot so bad, and it was bothering me day after day after day. So I just came out and I told my boyfriend the history of what happened. And I was so nervous, but I just felt like that was God telling me, like, you need to tell this man. If this is the man that you know that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, you cannot be walking around with this secret. So I told him, and I never wanted to tell him, not only because I was ashamed, but you know how everybody got that little thing that they don't like they don't like a liar, or they don't like somebody that's not loyal or supportive or something like that. My boyfriend cannot stand a thief. And that's something that I knew about him even before we started dating. So just knowing that I was carrying that all that time, and this passport picture made me feel so convicted. I was like, I have to tell him, because this is me, this is my truth, this is something I did, even if it was before him. So if he cannot love me enough or see me enough for the person who I am today, and he leaves me, okay then. Like, I'll be sad because I love him, but okay then, because I'm me. You feel me? So I told him, and he was just like,
babe, I don't care about that. That's something that you did. It's okay. It's over.
And I was just like, wait. Like, I was really like, oh wow, like, you know, that's my boy. Like, I love him, but I was so afraid to tell him, still because of what? My pride, which is what? My image, my reputation. And it was just like, girl, you really freaking wilding. You know what I'm saying? So I just really had to tell my truth, and I felt so much better after I told him. But it just had been something that had been on my mind still, because somebody asked me at work a few weeks ago. We were just talking about life, talking about school and everything. I kind of just gave my trail of school, and I ran across the nursing school. It didn't work out. And this is the first person ever in my life to actually ask me, well, what happened? Every time I always told people it never worked out, people were just like, oh, okay, or whatever. No. This person said, what happened? And I came out in my mouth and said,
I just didn't stay focused.
And that's true, like, I didn't stay focused, but I was still hiding what happened. So I really felt some type of way about myself. Like, I really felt some type of way about myself after that. And I was like, no ma'am, Gabby, you need to handle this. So when I realized that I still couldn't even be honest and really tell somebody what occurred for nursing school to not work out, that's why I was just like, no, you're not even really through this like you thought you was. So I have my YouTube channel, my platform, where I speak about personal growth, development, healing, forgiveness, all that type of stuff as a life coach and as myself. In a lot of my videos, I give personal experiences to tie in when I'm talking about what I'm talking about. So I'm like, you know what? That would be the perfect place for me to share and express my story, because I can't keep walking around with this burden on me. I'm putting my own self in bondage. I can't do that. That's not even cool. Like, I'm allowing myself to stay trapped in this place when I'm the only one that can free me. You feel me? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna just tell my story. I'm gonna tell my truth. I don't care who does not see it, because I'm doing this for me. So if this is the first video you've seen, or if you've gone through the whole series, hey, I hope you picked up a thing or two from my story, boo, or at least found some enjoyment. If you stuck all the way through, you a real one. You're a real one either way if you here, okay? But I said no, I really have to tell my story, and that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's what I have done. And I can say that I'm free. I'm so free. It took so many years. This happened in 2014. It's 2021, and I'm just now at this place where I'm like, I am relinquished from this thing. This thing is over, because I allowed myself to stay in that place, and I didn't want to keep it hot, and I care so much about my image. Like, for what? Nobody is perfect, and I was tripping over something that wasn't even that big of a deal. And it's funny because God saved me through the actions that I did. I did something wrong, and it still worked out for my benefit, because I do not even want to be a nurse. Everything that I've gone through up to this point is what led me to be in the job that I'm doing right now, and to be a life coach, and I couldn't be any more thankful. So if you are going through anything right now where you just beating yourself up, people talking cash about you, you can't let it go, you worried about telling your secret because of what you think people gonna think about you, none of that even matters. None of that even matters, because you gotta take what you've been through and use it to help build you. It took me 7 years to get through this. 7. And I'm just so happy because I know something now that took me so long to learn that I know will benefit me for sure in the future and hopefully some other people. So I let it fly. I'm free. I'm good. And I'm thankful that I got through that. And I know that there is more to come. There is better to come. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you have any topic requests, which I did get a topic request and that video is coming next, be sure to let me know down in the comments. Make sure you follow your girl on IG, on Instagram, honey. And if you rocking with me, like if you vibe with me or whatever, just make sure you subscribe. And until next time, boo, and peace and love, I'm out.